This is exactly right.
When a charming neurosurgeon rode into Frontier Town selling a persona of confidence and care, patients trusted him.
He wore cowboy boots in the operating room and became sought after by patients.
He promised to heal them. Instead, he left a trail of broken bodies.
This is a story of greed, betrayal, and a fight for justice.
Listen to Dr. Death, the Cowboy, wherever you get your podcasts, or binge the entire series right now, only with Audible. Goodbye. The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye. While the world watches the stars at the FIFA World Cup, Hyundai has its eyes on the next generation of talent.
The future soccer stars who are already turning heads at age 14.
Because next doesn't wait for an invitation.
And Hyundai doesn't either.
Hyundai has always moved the future within reach.
Hyundai did it by making advanced safety standard on every vehicle.
And by engineering EVs with ultra-fast charging capability.
And Hyundai continues doing it every day because the future isn't some far-off concept. It's already here.
Next starts now.
Hyundai, an official partner of FIFA.
Goodbye. Talk about murder.
Let's get it done.
Let's get into murder.
Let's get our murder chores taken care of.
Let's vacuum the murder and take out the murder.
Let's vacuum up the hair follicles and the carpet fibers that will not be admissible in court.
Right.
And then just throw them out.
Yeah.
Because they're just garbage.
And then we'll overturn the conviction.
We'll overturn history.
Hi, this is my favorite murder. That's Karen.
And that's Georgia. And we're here to talk about crime and punishment and all the things that we like that a lot of people really don't.
I feel like so many people are emailing us and being like, thank you.
That they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm always too embarrassed to talk about it with anyone.
Do you think even grammar school teachers and even cheerleaders have these feelings?
Yeah. I think most women like to talk about murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some dudes.
Some dudes do.
Okay. Well, here's the thing I read recently. Did you know they have like an age range that you'll most likely, like this is when your chances of getting murdered are at this age. Like they have an exact age.
And this is from Paranoia Magazine?
No, this is from fucking Psychology Today.
Okay, similar. Okay.
But it was a relief because we're both older than this age.
Okay, good.
So the average age of homicide victims this is the last time, I guess, was 2008, was 32.7 years old.
Oof.
And then the average age of murderers in 2008 was 28.8.
Whoa.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Like,
that's very young, it seems to me.
To get murdered or to murder?
To be a murderer. That seems young.
I know. I would have guessed younger, personally.
You would have guessed younger for the murder?
Yeah, because you have less control over your impulses and that sort of thing. But by 28, you're like, I'm going to be a murderer, definitely, or no.
You know what it is too? I think when I think of stuff like this, I'm thinking of the specific kind of murders that I'm interested in, where obviously this is gang, mafia, all, impulse, all that stuff.
Spousal abuse.
The crimes of passion.
Crimes of passion.
Crimes of fortune.
What about, you know what I'm really afraid of? Getting shot at on the freeway.
Ooh, yeah. What about someone throwing a brick off an overpass onto your windshield?
Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Has that happened to people?
Mm-hmm. There was sometimes there's I was going to say spates of that, but I'm not sure if that's the right word.
That's terrifying.
That starts happening in certain parts of, that's a very Los Angeles thing.
No.
Sure. I know.
I gotta go.
Okay, bye. I gotta go. And to be murdered, 32. That sounds right. Because you're out of your 20s. You kind of you relax into adulthood. Mm-hmm. You think you got it together. You no longer carry your keys between your fingers at night. You're kind of like, look, I lived in the city long enough. You let your shoulders down a little bit. You relax.
Yeah. The fun kind of murders that we like, that's like your fucking college co-ed.
Yeah.
Not fun. And I don't like them. Just to clear this up.
Whatever. We simply must demand understanding from our audience.
At some point, we're going to have to stop explaining that we don't want to be murdered by anyone.
You know why? Is because I made the fatal mistake of not only reading some of our iTunes reviews that were bad, there were very few. So I went straight to them and then telling you about them. And the funniest one was one where it was like, these women have no respect. They're laughing about child death or whatever. And so I keep feeling like I have to clarify or be apologetic.
You want to call her and be like, let me tell you about this.
I pictured it to be an old man with horn rim glasses and a kind of half balding, kind of like an old Bob Odenkirk is the way I was picturing it. Just like a crooked finger shaking at the screen always. You women. His grandson comes and boots it up for him every day.
Totally.
Yeah, we just said we can't worry. We have to be talking to the people that understand us.
Yeah. They get us.
They do, and they like it. Like you're saying. They're excited.
I was going to ask you a question and then I forgot it.
We're just going to keep telling each other that.
That people like murder?
They like it. Yeah.
Why would they be listening to a podcast called My Favorite Murder?
Yeah, people are much smarter than the media would have you believe.
That's true.
Do you want to go first? Do you want to talk about your favorite murder?
Yeah. Maybe after this one, we're going to start having categories each time.
Sure. Call a theme?
Yeah, theme.
Totally.
So we're not right now. So I was just in the wind, twisting in the wind to grab one.
For tonight?
I don't know why it's been harder. Yeah. So why don't you go first? That's my point.
Oh, okay.
No, wait. Why don't I go first? And then yours is probably really well researched.
Why? Because I have a legal pad? I just carry that around with me like a nerd.
There's just nothing written, the same word written over and over and over again on it.
It just says Murder Georgia over and over on it.
What if this whole time it was you that murdered me? Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the great irony of life. It's always what's right in front of you.
Nice to meet you. Hi. My murderer. Meet my murderer. All right. Well, mine is my favorite murder this week is one that I'm sure you know about. And it's a classic. And I feel like I just need to get it out of the way because and there's been recent news updates about it. And whenever I see it, whenever I watch a documentary about it, I'm fucking in it.
Yeah.
It's the murder of Martha Moxley.
Oh, Georgia.
I
got to tell you.
Yeah.
Just the name Martha Moxley.
Yeah. Moxley. The word Moxley.
It's the best name and it's the worst story.
That's just and she's just a fucking kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if those who don't know anything, apparently. Martha Moxley, in 1975, she was a 15-year-old girl living in Greenwich, Connecticut, which is a fucking Tony town. Loved the word Tony.
Don't they have their own gates and stuff? Yeah. It's truly crazy rich.
Yeah. And it's you live on acres.
Yeah.
So Martha Moxley's body was found beaten in her yard the night after Halloween. She was beaten. They found half of a golf club there, which is what had been used to beat her. She's a cute, pretty. This doesn't matter. She could be ugly. It's still terrible.
She looks like a girl that's in a black and white picture in an 80s yearbook.
Totally.
She's that perfect girl.
The popular, but she's also on Student Body. She's popular and smart and she's not mean,
Yeah.
Girl.
Freckles.
Totally.
Genuine smile.
She'd probably end up being a lawyer for the ocean,
Yeah.
Those guys.
Yeah.
A lawyer defending
actually getting something good done.
OSHA. Is that a thing?
OSHA, yes. But OSHA is the work environment, making sure it's safe for people to work.
There, she'd be a lawyer for them.
Okay. I like the ocean too. It's kind of nice. She just has dolphins all around her. Anyhow.
She totally has dolphins. So the person who ended up ultimately getting arrested and put in jail for this murder, but not until 2002, was her neighbor who lived across the street, who was her age, named Michael Skakel, who, this is so unimportant and such a stupid fact of the whole thing, but probably the reason why it's a famous murder is that the Michael Skakel's family was related to Senator Robert Kennedy's wife, Ethel Skakel Kennedy, who RFK has been in on this podcast. That's my favorite murder in the past. Anyways, so what's recently happened is that Michael Skakel has been released from jail.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They filed for a new trial because he was not adequately represented by his defense attorney.
Doubt it.
The habeas petition was granted. The judgment of conviction is set aside and the matter is referred back. So for retrial, meaning as far as I know, so he got out. And as far as I know, it doesn't look like they're pursuing the case anymore.
Ooh.
Because I guess, they had very little, it was all circumstantial evidence. Not even that wasn't very strong. So it was surprising that he got convicted. However, he admitted that night, somewhere between 10 and 2 in the morning or something like that, he was in a tree masturbating while looking in Martha Moxley's window.
Yes, that was the justification of why his semen would be on her body.
Was it on her body?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Right. I mean, clearly he had pretty good lawyers the first time around if they're coming up with shit like that.
It's just...
I know this is insane bias because I've seen this, like so many versions of this story, but I've decided. But I mean, it's because of things like that.
Well, the problem with it is that there's other strong suspects, like the
brother.
The brother who was making out with her that evening, which is why maybe Michael got jealous and killed her. Or did she catch him jerking off? Like, how did she come out there, do you suppose?
I think she was out because it was mischief night, right? Was it the night before Halloween or Halloween?
It was, yeah.
Sorry,
the night before Halloween. Yeah, mischief night, which I didn't know was a thing.
I know it's not a thing out here. I think it might be exclusively for rich white people in Greenwich, Connecticut.
It's also in Detroit, which is terrifying.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Slightly different tone of that mischief night.
Every night is mischief night in Detroit.
Yeah. I've never heard of mischief night until I heard this story.
Yeah, me too. So, yeah. So, like, the most obvious answer is usually the correct answer.
Yeah.
And him jerking off in a tree and not being the killer is not the obvious answer.
That's right. Well, and also just then, why weren't there other people? Even, like it just didn't seem like there was other people brought forward because this is one of not just a safe town or whatever. It's like an exclusive shut off city.
Yeah. But here's the thing is the Skakels had a tutor named, John, let's see, where did I write?
John something foreign?
Ken Littleton.
Oh, okay.
So he was the tutor and they were like, this guy's sketchy. And so he was a suspect for a long time too.
Why was he sketchy? Do you remember?
Because maybe he had a hard on for Martha Moxley.
Oh, okay.
But he says he never even met her. Okay. But then so recently, Kobe Bryant, here's another relative, Kobe Bryant's cousin. His name is Tony Bryant.
Okay.
Why are there needs to be, connections to family members that are famous? I don't know. Says that he knows who killed Martha Moxley. He's from this town.
Oh.
And he came out recently and said, I know who actually did it. And it wasn't
Michael Skakel.
No. He says it was two of his friends who lived in, where did they live? The Bronx, I believe. Yeah. Two friends visiting him from the Bronx. They went to Moxley's neighborhood the night of the murder, and this guy, Bryant, was with them. The two friends reportedly picked up Skakel's golf clubs from Skakel's yard, which is what she was murdered with, on a whim, and told Bryant they wanted to attack a girl, quote, caveman style, using the clubs. Bryant says he left the neighborhood and learned about the murder later, and the friends told him they committed the crime, but he never said anything. So now he's saying he's coming forward with this story. If the story is true, I call bullshit on him leaving. He was there.
People are going to tell you to your face they're going to kill a girl, and you're like, well, I've got to go.
Bye.
So what kind of person? I mean, look, whatever. There's all details. You could run a million scenarios.
I just don't think a teenager would leave, even if he was like, I don't want to murder anyone. I just want to see what happens. Or I don't believe these guys, you know.
Well, the other thing I remember hearing is that the Skakel's golf clubs, the set of clubs were in their attic, that the cops found them later with that one club missing. So the idea that they were picking golf clubs out of a front yard seems a bit bullshitty.
Or did someone stash the golf clubs up there after they realized the murder weapon was a golf club, or
that could be connected to them?
Yeah. Did Michael Skakel do it? Put the golf clubs up there? The dad, the mom?
Weren't the dad and the mom gone?
They were gone.
Like their dad and mom almost didn't live there. Yeah. They were like teen boys that lived on their own.
Rich white teen boys running amok that lived on their own. That sounds terrible.
Now, am I wrong to assume that Kobe Bryant's cousin is black and that the kids coming in from whatever, but did you say Brooklyn or the Bronx?
The Bronx.
Coming in from the Bronx were black?
That's an assumption we can make.
I would think that the Greenwich, Connecticut cops would see 3 black kids walking around on mischief night and at least ask a question.
Totally.
If not harass the fuck out of them.
And then how did Michael Skakel's semen have to go back and get on this poor girl? This poor girl and her every interview, like her family is like die hard, like we never did anything else with our lives but try to get justice.
Yeah.
It's fucking heartbreaking for this poor family.
I remember seeing this story way early it wasn't Forensic Files, but it was like one of those ones, and they interviewed the mom.
Oh,
she seemed like 1,000 miles away. Yeah. I remember watching it and just going, oh, I never want to see any murder victim's mom speak again, because that's the most painful thing.
You know what hurts me? The brothers of the murder victims always bum me out. Because they're like, I should have been there to help my little sister.
Yeah.
Oh.
Terrible. Well, also, I don't like the idea that, so he has served, is it 30 years in prison or 20?
No, he didn't get arrested until 2002.
Oh, so this is crazy, like white people justice, where it's a rich guy who basically kind of did a symbolic time, and now they're faking out some black people to say, hey, maybe we did it, and then his thing goes away.
Probably. So Michael Skakel didn't get arrested until and convicted for 27 years. He was free. So this whole thing happened, I think it was 2002. So I remember having watched the whole story of the murder, and then like that happened. It was insane. I never thought anyone would get arrested for it. And now he's fucking out again. So he spent a couple of years.
I just think that the logic of...
Oh, wait. So 2000, he was arrested. And then, now he's out. Yeah, the logic of...
Oh, just the logic of a very rich teen boy who gets spurned and maybe even shamed, like his older brother who ruins his life in every other way, gets the girl that he likes. Him having this huge, crazy emotional reaction in the moment that he maybe hugely regrets even, but that, and maybe even a girl that he was obsessed with, that sparking murderous rampage makes way more sense than just a teen going, I'm going to kill a girl tonight, caveman style. Yeah. Like you have to be a very specific type of person to be able to do that. In the first place, it's not like going, I'm going to sniff glue.
And then there were 2 other kids at Michael Skakel's boarding school later who said, he admitted to it.
Yeah.
So these kids from the Bronx would have probably gone back and bragged about it. And there would have been more people saying that they did it, not Kobe Bryant's cousin.
Yeah. But I just hate that idea that, I mean, most black people have a hard time driving around Los Angeles, California. You're going to roll up into Greenwich, Connecticut and just be like, let's see what we can do murder-wise.
Yeah, let's wander around with clubs.
I don't think so.
No, you're right.
Also, if you live in the Bronx, where you're getting the gas money, where are you getting any of the money to get there?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just doesn't add up as quickly to me.
But I don't know. But who knows? And I just don't understand why this guy who has a family, Kobe Bryant's cousin, would want to do that. But there's fucking narcissistic people who want attention all the time. Or maybe he really believes it.
Maybe he believes it.
And maybe he doesn't. He's remembering incorrectly. He really believes that's what happened.
Here's what I will say. I love the idea that we still get to talk about the Martha Moxley murder, that there's something still happening with it. That's fascinating to me.
So no one's in prison for her murder still. No. I want Michael Skakel not to have done it. Like, I want there to be a different answer, but I don't think there is.
I think that the thing it comes down to with me with a lot of these stories is my irritation over the fact that people accept kind of like if you're a white guy wearing a button-down Oxford shirt, you can kind of do whatever the fuck you want. And people will be like, oh no, that nice boy down the street.
Yeah.
Like you get to hide in plain sight with this camouflage and meanwhile be whatever. And people will not believe it.
Yeah.
They'll immediately believe 3 black kids driving up from the Bronx to kill this one girl.
It's just such a bummer because I think what I don't want him to be guilty is because he is such a fucking loser and such a little twerp that he doesn't deserve. I want it to be more sensational because she deserves to not have just been killed by this little jerking off little shitface.
Yeah. Who is jealous of a thing. That's like a friend zone murder. That's what that is.
Yeah. Or like, you want to fuck my brother and not me. I'm jealous. Murder.
Yeah.
Which is such an obvious, boring. I get, this is why I like cold cases, is because you can like imagine that it's more complicated and mysterious and bigger than the answer, which is usually the answer is just some fucking dude didn't take his meds and went crazy.
Right.
And it's like, and this guy's a piece of shit. And the murder victim was a good person who deserved. And I always think like, well, just kill yourself. Don't kill someone else. Please just kill yourself.
I mean, that was if they had any kind of nobility about them whatsoever. Yeah. Well, and also the other thing too is you can't just leave kids just because you're rich or just because you can like get a tutor. You, especially like teen boys are the ones that need to be like observed and ridden and like disciplined constantly. Yeah. There have to be boundaries.
No impulse control.
No, and it's the 70s, so they were like on drugs and smoking pot and drinking all the time. They did whatever they wanted. I mean, to me, in my mind, it's much more likely that a rich kid, a super rich teenage boy, would murder a girl.
Yeah, who has too much privilege and affluence and has always gotten away with whatever he wants.
We're Kennedys. Yeah, hey, we're the Kennedys of Greenwich.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck.
man.
Fuck.
If you're always on the lookout for a great audiobook or just want help figuring out what to listen to next, there's a podcast you should know about.
It's called Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audio Book Club, hosted by Cal Penn.
Each episode takes a closer look at some of the most talked about new audiobooks on Audible, spanning a wide range of genres from sci-fi and literary fiction to rom-coms, thrillers, and comedy.
Cal is joined by guests who dig into what these stories are about, what makes them stand out as audiobooks, and why they're connecting with listeners right now.
If you're looking for your next listen, this is a great place to start.
Listen to Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Goodbye. The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's U.S.-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye. Bye.
Vacation planning should feel like a breeze, not a deep dive into countless travel sites searching for the best deal.
With Cheap Caribbean's Budget Beach Finder, you can search every destination and every date all in one search.
You'll save time and money with the Budget Beach Finder.
Say goodbye to endless scrolling and tab hopping, and hello to budget beach bliss at your fingertips.
Go to cheapcaribbean.com to try out the Budget Beach Finder and see just how stress-free vacation planning should be.
Goodbye.
It's your murder.
Martha Moxley. So I picked mine because we were talking about hitchhiking and laughing about how insanely dangerous and crazy hitchhiking is. And so I went to look up why we think that and know that and what the actual stories and murders are behind that. And it turns out that I looked up Freeway Killer because I remember hearing there was like the story of the one guy with the van on the freeway. Mm-hmm. It turns out there were 3.
Wow.
And between like the mid 70s and 1980, there were 3 serial killers that dumped bodies on freeways in Los Angeles and Southern California, working all at the same time.
In this area?
In this area. And on top of that, in the same time frame were the Hillside Stranglers.
Yeah.
And
so they weren't even counted in this because they dump bodies.
Yeah, but they dump bodies in the hills.
Oh.
So they would take women off the streets.
Okay.
And then it was where they were dumping in the hills. That's why they called them Hillside. They thought it was one guy doing it like as if they were walking up there and then realized they were bringing bodies to there.
But I just think it's crazy that when 2 people join forces and are both in agreement that they want to do the same. Like, it's insane. How do you find someone like that?
Okay, that's exactly right. And here's why I love the story, because the guy I focused on is William Bonin. He had 4 accomplices over his, I believe if it was just a year or it was like a year and a half where he was doing the most of these killings. Sorry. And he had 4 different people who helped him.
That's insane.
It's crazy. Something was going on in the late 70s because that's also when Bundy, when John Wayne Gacy, like it was all around 1978. There was this weird explosion of like, maybe it was just that people learned about what it was and the stories started coming out.
Wait, Dahmer was later, right?
Dahmer was later, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, or because the term serial killer wasn't even coined until, but it didn't mean that they weren't doing that. Right. I just don't think people understood.
And also, how do you introduce that concept to like without introducing huge mass panic? So one of the guys, I'll just tell you the other ones first.
Jeez.
One was the scorecard killer. And this was a guy named Randy Kraft. So from 1972 to 1983, he killed for sure 16 boys, but they think 51. 51. And there was also, they call him scorecard killer because he kept this really long list where he had code words for the people that he killed. So they were able to track. That's why they know it's at least 51 because there would just be a word that would say like tank top or whatever that would somehow relate to the victim.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's crazy. And he was like he looked like anyone in the store. When you see pictures. He looks like a high school teacher.
Holy shit.
He looks like he would have been on an episode of Mary Tyler Moore. He has like kind of a pointy nose and like he has kind of a jolly looking face.
He's a guy in the 70s.
A guy in the 70s, just like, hey, come on, do you need a ride?
And he would pick up little kids?
He would pick up men of any kind.
Okay.
And then he would brutally rape them and then dump their bodies. There was also Patrick Wayne Kearney, who worked from 75 to 77, who killed definitely 28.
Holy shit, that's 2 years? He killed 28 people?
28, and they think 43. They just can only pin 28 on him.
Yeah, like there's no way he didn't start earlier and they just don't know yet.
Right, exactly. You know. And especially because at this time, imagine 3 of these people doing this at once. And this guy would pick up hitchhikers, shoot them in the head, then do stuff to their bodies, and then wrap them in trash bags.
And keep their heads? Is that him? No.
Well, not that I know of.
Never mind.
No, I don't think so.
I think that's, anyways, yeah.
This is one of these people?
No.
Well, anyway.
Can you imagine like living right now and like Like how, Summer of Sam, how like, yeah, there's a person killing people out there right now. Like, I just wouldn't leave the house anymore.
I know. And three at a time.
There's 3 of them that at any given time could be driving down any fucking street.
But the key in all 3 of these, and the reason that they went unsolved for so long is because they were gay. It was gay boys. Yeah. And it was that situation of boy hitchhikers, usually young. And for William Bonin, his youngest was 12.
Oh my God.
A little boy who was trying to get to Disneyland.
Oh.
But William Bonin is like the worst of the worst. We can just go through his super quick because it's just a humongous bummer.
Okay.
He's kind of got shades of Charles Manson in that way where it was never okay for him from day one.
Yeah.
So he was born to 2 alcoholic parents.
Yeah.
And the mom left him and his 2 brothers with her father, who molested her and who molested the boys.
Oy,
then he ran away when he was 9. And he got arrested for stealing license plates.
Uh-huh.
And he got sent to a boys, like juvie, basically, for boys, where he was again raped and molested. And there's a super dark story. This is, if you don't like dark things, this will bum you out. So, spoiler alert. Sorry.
Spoil your life alert. I'm about to spoil your entire life.
They told a story of the first time someone approached him in juvie to say that they were going to like fuck him essentially. And he asked the boy to tie his hands behind his back first because it made him feel safe. That's how badly he was being molested by his grandfather. God. So he was, we can talk about this person and at least draw a strain of like with that why question that I always have with this, like, you cannot torture human beings.
How do you
like
create a serial killer?
Yeah.
Just follow this guy's life.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah. And, neglect. They were like, the neighborhood people said that they looked like they were starving all the time. They were like, they were completely neglected children who then, of course, became criminals because what else were they going to do?
Well, it's that thing of like, where do you go? At what point do you switch from feeling sorry for this child to thinking that this man should be dead? Like,
right.
There's like a moment. I guess it's when he kills the first person he ever killed.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that get molested and fucked with as children who never do anything bad to other people.
Totally.
So there's definitely that element of responsibility, but it's just like you just see that thing where like if that mother couldn't be responsible enough to go, I'm going to get you out of this cycle of abuse and not let what happened to me happen to you.
No.
But how horrible that is.
Yeah.
So anyway, he, of course, then when he gets out of like that juvie, he starts molesting kids in the neighborhood. I mean, this is just like now with the thing that he does.
Yeah.
He gets arrested for it once. Then he gets sent to, I think he goes to Vietnam, has a full tour in the he joins the Air Force. He came back. He was in Vietnam from 69 to 71, came back and immediately started kidnapping and raping boys. He did it to 5 boys.
Can you imagine the fucking fondling he did in Vietnam?
Yeah.
Like that was like a free for all for him, I bet.
I'm sure. Yeah. He could do anything he wanted. Yeah. So he comes back. He gets caught for kidnapping and raping 5 different boys. They send him to a mental hospital.
Oh, great.
So, he goes from being in a mental hospital. In the mental hospital, they say he can't be rehabilitated. So they send him to real jail. Mm-hmm. But then he's released in 1974 because there they decide he's no longer a danger to others.
You've got to be kidding me.
And so 16 months later, he's charged with the gunpoint rape of a 14-year-old hitchhiker and the attempted abduction of another teen. So he's sentenced from 1 to 15 years in jail.
From 1 to 15 years.
1
How
to 15
cute
years.
Is that?
Yeah. Just, go think about what you did for a little while.
A year.
That you've been doing your entire life.
The fucking penal system. Of all of these stories of horrific things, I'm usually the most disturbed and disgusted by how little time people get for heinous the crimes.
Well, is when are rape and child molestation going to start being really seen as like these are people who should not be getting out in 6 months?
I don't know, but when that happens, they're going to stop putting a fucking statute of limitations on prosecuting people for rape.
Yeah.
There's a statute of limitations.
Sure.
For rape and kidnapping.
Yeah.
How fucked up is that?
Yeah, it's insane.
So if the cops can't find the dude who raped and kidnapped you for 15 years.
He got away.
He's free now.
Sure. Do what you want.
It's insane.
Boys will be boys.
Yeah.
So in 1978, he's released from jail and he moved to Downey. And
oh my God, I was just in Downey reading, and I had breakfast and I read the criminal section of their newspaper.
Did
you? Yeah, it was fun.
Anything exciting happening in Downey?
There was a home invasion robbery. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Great.
It's not too bad.
No.
They later found out that he murdered a 13-year-old hitchhiker, but he was ultimately arrested for molesting a boy in Dana Point. Should have gone back to prison because he was on parole at the time, but due to a clerical error, he was released.
Someone spelled his last name wrong.
Exactly.
Probably.
He walked right out of the jail and he got picked up by his main accomplice for all of these murders, a man named something Butts. something Butts. It's a classic name.
Oh my God.
So anyway, and that's when he tells Butts, now there's not going to be any more witnesses.
Yeah, like that's what you're creating when you keep letting these people, when you keep arresting them for 1 to 15 years, is that they learn the lesson not to let anyone identify them.
Right.
So you should kill them.
Yeah. So then he makes this, what they ended up calling, like the death machine or something. And it's this green Ford Econoline van that he's got, chains, he's got like handcuffs, he's got all this stuff, and they would pick up hitchhikers. The Butts guy would be in the back, and then they basically, he'd like pull over and like attack and rape. And he was a big strangler. For most of his victims, he strangled them with a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's how he killed most of them. And, Vernon Butts. That was his first name. Vernon. And they also were lovers. And they played Dungeons and Dragons in the sewer system of Los Angeles.
The fuck?
That was just a small detail that I wrote on the side of here that I remembered, and I just am fascinated.
That's a lot to comprehend.
Just, if we could kind of go into that for quite some time, but I find that fascinating.
This isn't a gaming podcast. Otherwise we would get deep into Vernon Butts.
So into it. So basically it was basically a year-long tear where they went and picked up, what they think is, I think he got prosecuted. What did I say? He got prosecuted for 16.
Gee whiz.
No, he got prosecuted for 14, but they think he did 44 murders.
That is the most staggering number.
And
people were getting fucking kidnapped left and right.
Just boys disappearing everywhere. And apparently there was a reporter at the Orange County Register, which is, as you know, Orange County is a very Republican, very white Republican kind of Christian area in Southern California. And he found an envelope at the Southern County Register with all the paper clippings of all these different individual stories of hitchhikers or bodies that were found murdered. And on the front of the envelope, it said dead gay boys. So he was like, why isn't anybody looking at this as like a trend at the very least? But that was basically, he kind of wrote, I think he wrote a book. He wrote something about that I was reading part of that was basically all about how the attitude was like, well, too bad for them because they signed up for that lifestyle.
It's the same as prostitutes. Where it's like, well, they live a high risk lifestyle.
Right. They chose to live a high risk lifestyle.
Yeah.
Which is okay, you're right. So then any serial killer should get to do whatever he wants.
Yeah. That's bananas.
It's super crazy.
I can't believe, just the thought of knowing that there are those people out there. There are now, but like working actively in your hood.
Well, and also down here, there was so much murder down here. And also 78 was the same year as Jonestown. Yeah, like there was something in the air. You know what?
I think of like murder in the 70s and 80s and like how people were minors were unaccompanied, like just as a rule. Like you could go and do your own thing. We would leave and be gone all day and then come back when it's dark.
Yep.
Like picture a fucking arcade and like all the kids that were just hanging out in arcades and all the perverts that were probably working there.
Yes. intentionally working at an arcade because kids would be there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a scary thing to know, like to have the information, but it's such a better time for children health-wise.
Yeah.
I think in all those ways. Because it's like, if you have kids, you probably should know where they are all the time.
Yep.
And you should probably make sure there's an adult with them that's responsible.
Definitely.
If we leave you with anything this week.
Yeah. No, we stayed home alone every day. We were latchkey kids.
We were too, me and my sister.
Crazy.
So crazy. One day we went to get dropped off and we just at the last minute decided to get dropped off at my aunt's house because she lived next door. And our house was being robbed at the time.
Oh my God.
Of that decision.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, my uncle saw the guy walking out our front door with stuff under his arm as he drove by. And so he called the cops.
Did the guy get caught?
No.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
If you had fucking walked in on a burglar?
Yeah. At the time, I think we were like 8 and 10.
Jesus.
Walking in on a very large bearded man looting our house.
I definitely remember being offered rides as a kid by like strange men.
Mm-hmm.
Being like, nope.
I used to walk like literally a mile to school. By myself.
Totally, me too.
By myself.
It's so stupid. I used to ditch school and then I go hang out. And it's like, oh, you could have just been, you dumb idiot.
I know.
We're so lucky to have survived.
You know what? God bless America.
If you're always on the lookout for a great audiobook or just want help figuring out what to listen to next, there's a podcast you should know about.
It's called Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audio Book Club, hosted by Cal Penn.
Each episode takes a closer look at some of the most talked about new audiobooks on Audible, spanning a wide range of genres from sci-fi and literary fiction to rom-coms, thrillers, and comedy.
Cal is joined by guests who dig into what these stories are about, what makes them stand out as audiobooks, and why they're connecting with listeners right now.
If you're looking for your next listen, this is a great place to start.
Listen to Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Goodbye. The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's U.S.-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye.
Vacation planning should feel like a breeze, not a deep dive into countless travel sites searching for the best deal.
With Cheap Caribbean's Budget Beach Finder, you can search every destination and every date all in one search.
You'll save time and money with the Budget Beach Finder.
Say goodbye to endless scrolling and tab hopping and hello to Budget Beach Bliss at your fingertips.
Go to cheapcaribbean.com to try out the Budget Beach Finder and see just how stress-free vacation planning should be.
Goodbye.
You know, this is a positive time. Oh, wait, no, now we get to read some of your hometown murders.
We've asked you guys to send us hometown murders because we love it and you've done it and we appreciate it. We have a Facebook group, My Favorite Murder, and we have a Gmail account, My Favorite Murder. So you can send us your hometown murders. I'm going to read you one, Karen, and you read me one.
Perfect.
Okay. Want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay. This is by Mark Schrum.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. He's very nice. He said, I hope I have the right email. If not, I'm sorry for the frightening subject line. Because if it went to the wrong person, it just says My Favorite Murder.
You open up your email and you're like, there's just someone describing a murder to you. How you would be shitting a brick.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Mark.
He says, when I was a freshman in high school, there was a high-profile kidnapping case here in West Des Moines, Iowa. Maybe you heard of it. It was the Johnny Gorsh Johnny Ghosh case.
Yes.
It's pretty well known nationwide and drug on for years and isn't 100% solved to this day. This happened in 1982. He was a paper boy and was kidnapped while doing his paper route one morning. Didn't they just find his bike and that's it?
Yeah, I think so.
There was another boy, Eugene Martin, that was taken in 1984. Same story. He was a paper boy. My story comes in 1983 when I was a paper boy. Mark, your mom should not have let you be a paper boy. My brother and I were delivering papers one morning and it was still dark. We were on a street that the houses were pretty far apart and set back from the road, so we weren't right on the street. I looked up the street and saw a blue panel van coming down the street, extremely slow with no headlights on.
Uh-oh.
As we walked, it kept following. My brother and I had walkie-talkies. Awesome.
Nice.
So we were communicating about it and we decided to run and head behind the houses to get away from the street and meet up a few houses down. As we took off running, the van took off down the street and finally, after a few houses, turned the lights on and sped away. Was I going to be next? I guess I'll never know. About 5 minutes later, we saw our manager, told him, and he called it into the paper dispatch. I don't know where it went from there, but I was never questioned by the police. And 1 year later, Eugene was gone. Haunts me to this day, even though you are only one of the handful of people I've ever spoken to about it since it happened. Oh. Wow, Mark. He said, keep up the good work and don't ever remove the humor from the podcast. Doing that is just depressing.
We did it a little bit on this one.
He said, it isn't being disrespectful and you aren't going to hell. We are just coping with a fucked up world in the best way we know how. And he wrote F up.
Thank you, Mark.
So thank you, Mark.
That's so true. It's coping.
It's coping.
Okay. But wow, ground zero at the Johnny Gosh.
There was no way that wasn't involved. He was in the middle between two boys, paper boys being kidnapped.
I'm sorry. If you're driving a van, you should be pulled over more than people of color. Absolutely. Vans are, what good is happening in vans?
Especially like a green van with the headlights off, slowly cruising down the street.
Please.
You're the biggest child molester.
My guy that I just did, William Bonin, had a green van. Who murdered so many people.
It's like you're either a serial killer or you're the Scooby-Doo team.
Yes. But Scooby-Doo, they were smart enough to put pink daisies on the side, which is really declare.
It's a decoy.
It was the mystery machine, but it actually means rape and murder.
Murder machine.
Well, also, if anyone is interested in going deeper into the Johnny Gosh kidnapping, did you listen to that last podcast on the left?
No.
About it's about the pedophile ring and the conspiracy theory about the credit union that's in that town and the guy that runs it and this governmental conspiracy.
His name is what's the reporter's name?
Yes, it's
the same name as.
That's right. It's the same name as
he's the old man
of Larry King.
Larry King.
That's right.
Lawrence King is his name.
Lawrence King.
Look him up.
Lawrence King Credit Union. And what is it? Is it Iowa? Or where did Mark say he was from?
Mark was from Des Moines.
Yeah. So it's Iowa.
That's crazy. Connected. And there's like a whole thing about it being a child sex ring. He started a youth group and like just befriended these kids and the kids in the documentary that I saw were like being like, yeah, he made us go get kids for him.
Yeah.
The kids talk about it.
I mean, and also it's like that thing of like people, it's like no one wants to believe something would happen in Des Moines as if like if it's a pedophile ring, it would have to be in Manhattan or something.
Right.
Oh, it's bad news.
And the people that you trust the most are the shadiest. It's like your parents.
Probably. So don't trust anyone.
I feel like the pillars of the community, well, I mean, they're usually the creepiest.
I mean, with great power comes great corruption. No. Power corrupts. That's the saying.
Yeah. Does.
The other one is forget it. Forget I said
There's
anything.
A whole one out of all of those somewhere.
There's a whole one something somewhere of ideas.
Yep.
Okay, here's mine. Want to hear it? This is from Emily. I'm assuming you pronounce it Maesar, Maesar. Mm-hmm. And it's the Asheville hometown murder story. George and Karen. So I live in Asheville, North Carolina, and have since I was in kindergarten. We lived in Enka-Candler, though, which is an unincorporated community on the west side of the city. When I was in elementary school, first or second grade, my sister had a friend. I say friend, but they were probably somewhere between friends and acquaintances. It was high school and it was the 90s. There was probably gray area. My sister was a sophomore, maybe 15, and so was this girl. My sister was supposed to spend the night at this girl's house. But something came up and my sister couldn't go. I was so young though that I can't remember if it was on our side or her friends. Looking back, probably the latter. That night, the girl's mother's boyfriend murdered my sister's friend. If I remember correctly, I think he wrapped her in trash bags, tied weights to her legs, dropped the body in the amazingly shallow lake where she was discovered a day or two later. I have no idea if there was a sexual element to this crime. I'm inclined to say yes, only because statistically there usually is for both women in general and specifically young women. But the internet is no help with real details, probably because it was so long ago or maybe because it was such a small town. Either way, it's a thing that I think about occasionally when I think about my sister because it's fucking terrifying. Jesus. He was sentenced to a little under 17 years.
For murdering a teen?
Murdering. Oh, so if he's alive now, I have no idea. He's probably out.
Yep, probably.
Again, terrifying. Emily, thank you. That is unbelievable.
That's incredible that happened in your life.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Those near miss stories are like...
Those are the best.
Amazing.
To be that young and be like, oh, this is things people do this to each other.
Right. Yeah. The innocence lost.
Yeah.
It's so intense. And also just like a friend dying in some other, like a drunk driving accident or like a typical way is awful and terrible. Yeah. But this adds an element of like,
someone
what
else
the hell
did this thing to this person.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Wow.
Under 17 years.
Oof. He got the same amount of time that she got to live on the planet.
That's
fuck you.
Bullshit.
Fuck you, judge, whoever decided that.
Oh, well, I bet that's all he could do. I bet it was like, it wasn't premeditated. And I bet this guy said it was like an accident. So I just got rid of it. Like, this is such bullshit.
The rationale behind it.
Yeah.
Whoa. Guys, this episode's been a lot.
It's been kind of depressing.
It's been a lot to handle.
A lot of murders.
It's a lot of stuff. I mean, it is what we're doing. It's what we signed up for.
This was a downer.
But I do like the idea for going forward, thinking of themes that would help us kind of talk about more general concepts around, right? I mean, that's the idea that you want to do. Like,
I definitely think so.
Okay.
So if you have any ideas for them too, I'm thinking like child killers and people who kill children and, you know what I mean? Like children who kill, shootings and
people with glass eyes.
Yeah.
This
could be like a real specific.
Something really crazy.
Yeah.
Well, because I know we plug this all the time, but we love Last Podcast on the Left. It's one of my favorite podcasts, but they just recently did one about Dean Corll, who is the Candyman killer in Houston, I think. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I find so fascinating in the way they do it is Marcus Parks, who is their researcher and provides most of like the context, the content or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they were talking about, he got away with all these murders because there was at the time, there was no police force. Like there was 1 million people living there and there was like 2,200 policemen, like this impossible. And there's just these things that happen in history and in time where like all of a sudden, like in 1978 in Los Angeles, you did not want to be a teenage boy that looked slightly effeminate or hitchhiked.
Yeah.
Like that, your odds of living through that were very low.
Yeah.
And that's just like these weird sine waves of
the times.
Yeah. Things happening all at once. It's just crazy.
Yeah. A culmination of circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm into it. But in a negative way.
But in a fascinated way. We're trying to cope, as Marcus said. I mean, Mark. What was his name? Your guys' name?
Yeah.
Mark. We're coping.
We're trying to cope.
And we're trying to talk about it.
Anxiety. So email us your hometown murders or your favorite murder and go to the Facebook group and the Twitter, my fave murder.
Oh yeah. And some people are just emailing suggestions. There's lots of really good ones. So we'll get to those too. Someone suggested a really good documentary called The House of Suh, which I looked up and has like an 83% rating. So I'm definitely going to watch that.
I didn't see that. Yeah. Oh, there is someone on the Facebook group. Oh, I wish I had their name, who's making a fucking Google Doc of every suggestion we bring up for like a movie, a book, a documentary, a this, a that.
That's so awesome.
I know.
That's very cool.
If you join the Facebook group, which is closed, you'll find it on there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll try to make them and then we'll try to convey yours that you tell us.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes. I love it.
We're doing it.
Rate, subscribe, and review so we can get a lot of listeners, you guys.
Yeah, and thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening.
You're for us and with us.
We appreciate it. Bye.
Bye.
If audiobooks are your thing, or if you've been meaning to listen to more of them, you should check out a podcast called Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club, hosted by Cal Penn.
Each episode spotlights standout audiobooks on Audible across all kinds of genres: sci-fi, comedy, romance, thrillers, and more, with Cal talking to guests who help break down what makes each story worth listening to.
It's a fun, easy way to discover your next great audiobook.
Check out Earsay on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Goodbye.
The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's U.S.-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, whatever turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye.
Vacation planning should feel like a breeze, not a deep dive into countless travel sites searching for the best deal.
With Cheap Caribbean's Budget Beach Finder, you can search every destination and every date all in one search.
You'll save time and money with the Budget Beach Finder.
Say goodbye to endless scrolling and tab hopping, and hello to Budget Beach Bliss at your fingertips.
Go to cheapcaribbean.com to try out the Budget Beach Finder and see just how stress-free vacation planning should be.
Goodbye.